What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, and I put this out there in the community chat yesterday. I'm doing a video about it right now. Of course, the devastating news, the sad news that Demarcus Cousins has suffered yet another significant injury. His third injury in just the last year and a half. During a workout Monday in Las Vegas, Demarcus Cousins suffered a torn ACL in, I believe, his left knee. Uh, and he will most likely miss most, if not all, of the 2019-20 NBA season. Of course, DeMarcus Cousins, I think it was towards the end of the 2017-18 season when he suffered the the torn Achilles tendon, which he worked to come back from last season with the Golden State Warriors. And I think it was the second game of the playoffs this past year where he suffered the quadriceps tear. Remember, I believe he was able to come back for the NBA Finals this year against the Toronto Raptors, and he had some decent games. But you could tell that the injuries truly affected him. You know, he was hoping that he'd be able to come back and be at the level that we're accustomed to seeing him play. But unfortunately, it's not to be. He suffers yet another significant injury, and this just changes so many things for him individually and for the Lakers. For the Lakers, their depth as a team is taking an obvious hit. DeMarcus Cousins was going to play center. Anthony Davis, of course, was going to play the four. He prefers playing the four, but now with this injury, um, Davis may be forced to play the five. Now, one possibility out there, even though he doesn't have the same game, and I don't know if he's quite as good a fit for James as Cousins would be. You do have, a future Hall of Famer Dwight Howard out there. But I just don't know at this point in his career, you know, whether Dwight Howard, I mean, he can contribute. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure a healthy Dwight Howard can get you 12 and 10 rebounds. Easy. I know he can do that. But there's so much politics involved in these things now. And you just wonder if the Lakers can do that. Will they go for a guy like Howard? I know that Dwight Howard is not the most popular guy in the league anymore for obvious reasons. But anyway, this hurts the Lakers as far as their championship aspirations for next season. Individually, for DeMarcus Cousins is where it hurts even more so, in my opinion. This is his third major injury. This is one of the things that you hate to see in big men. Big men, of course, are 6'11" and up. Uh, all that weight, 240, 250, 260, 270. Weight is just something that over time, and it's not necessarily, when I say weight, I'm not necessarily talking about someone being fat. I'm talking about just carrying extra weight because you're a bigger person. It takes a toll on your joints more so than smaller guys who generally play on the perimeter. Um, we've just seen this before with so many big men in the past. Greg Oden comes to mind. Rick Smits also comes to mind, although Rick Smits was able to still have a rather successful career, but he did have foot problems from time to time. Sam Bowie, another guy that comes to mind, as far as big men who suffered from generally leg and foot injuries. So that's something that you tend to see in a lot of centers over a period of time. And this might be a problem. This I'm not going to say that it's over for Demarcus Cousins because I remember thinking uh, that about Grant Hill. I'd say about 2004 when I think sometime around that time, he kept having these injuries. He would come back and 20 games into the season, he'd get re-injured. Then, of course, I remember the time he almost died from that staph infection. I think stemming from a surgery he had in his ankle. I think it was the ankle. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong about that. And I remember thinking to myself, it's over. There's no way he's going to keep coming back from this. But he did, and ultimately he was able to have some semblance of health for a decade, for over a decade, I believe, although he was no longer the player he once was. Hopefully DeMarcus Cousins is able to come back from this. But right now, he's in a perilous position when it comes to his career. Um, I'm not going to say it's over. The fat lady hasn't sung, but you know what I'm saying. It's getting to a point where you have to wonder if DeMarcus Cousins is going to be able to perform. Uh, if his body it will allow him to be able to perform on the NBA level. Maybe his body is telling him something we don't know. Now I do got to say this, and I wrote this in the comment section on Ticket TV's video. And some asshole, I'm not gonna say where I saw it at or what have you, but saw a couple of assholes try to insinuate, and I thought they was talking about me, that somehow we're cheering DeMarcus Cousins' injury because we don't want to see LeBron James be successful. This is how delusional and paranoid. And the dude was a former subscriber of mine, so I know I have a sense he was talking about me. This is how delusional some of these motherfuckers are, man. They're really delusional motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I don't wake up in the morning plotting on how I could uh, further hurt LeBron James by making a fucking video. These dudes are absolutely delusional, man. Okay? I don't have these NBA players. I don't wake up thinking about LeBron James. I don't wake up thinking about Kobe Bryant. I don't wake up thinking about these dudes. I wake up thinking about, you know, what color shirt I'm gonna wear. I wake up thinking about what I'm gonna eat for breakfast. Or I wake up thinking about, you know, what I'm gonna do as far as my day is concerned. I don't wake up thinking about no other fucking man like you do. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is wrong with these dudes, man? But this is what I said. I do remember a report that came out maybe 3 weeks ago or whatever, and I can't remember exactly where it was. It was somewhere in a. It wasn't the United States. It might have been like in the Bahamas, or it was somewhere where DeMarcus Cousins was scrimmaging with other NBA players, and he was playing a game of basketball in flip flops. Now, when I heard this, I'm thinking to myself, what are you doing? You have this tendency to get injured with your extremities. Why on earth would you play basketball in flip flops? So in that situation, I was thinking, damn, like he's kind of asking for fucking injuries. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be delusional about what your body is telling you. You can't be a guy, who has a tendency to twist your ankle all the time or turn your ankle, you know, and play in non-supportive footwear. It's stupid, but that's criticism. But that's I think is constructive criticism. These dudes on here, they don't know the difference between some of these dudes don't know the difference between constructive criticism and hate. You know what I'm saying? Really, a lot of these dudes are narcissists. Any type of criticism that they receive in their real life, they call it hate. You know what I'm saying? When it's actually justified criticism. I'm guaranteed, man, a lot of these dudes that creep around the comment section of some of these people's videos, man, they're losers in real life. They probably, ain't got no job, and they probably got like 4 or 5 fucking kids, don't take care of any of them and shit. And somehow they delude themselves into thinking, living home with their mama. And they delude themselves into thinking that somehow it's society's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's other people's fault. And they don't take any type of accountability and shit. You know what I'm saying? Somehow it's the LeBron haters' fault that they not succeeding in life and shit. But it is what it is with that. So I hope that Demarcus Cousins is able to come back from this. And that's pretty much it. And also want to say toward the ending that if you guys want to donate to my channel, you can do so on the links provided in the description box below. And I have created a Patreon account. And on the Patreon, I can talk about stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube. I thank everybody that has signed over to the Patreon. But I'd like to get more of you guys over on Patreon and make it truly a Patreon nation. Peace out.